Hey MiMi. So we've been having a whole lot going on in the back, the lanai area, which we are going to share with you. But as I observe what has been happening, you've observed it got me to thinking about how oftentimes, we're trusting and believing God for things, and we may not see how it's all working together for us, or see how God's making things happen, moving stuff around, or causing things to be created in order to answer the prayers that we have. But it doesn't mean that he's not doing it. And so as I got thinking about that, it also led me to Isaiah 45:15, the Message translation, which says, "Clearly you're a God who works behind the scenes. God of Israel, Savior God." So when you hear Isaiah 45:15 and think about God working behind the scenes on our behalf, what does that mean to you?
To me, that means to continue to rely on God, because even though when it comes to our brain or certain parts of our immune system in our body, without an x-ray, we really can't see it, but yet we still rely on it.
Right.
And I feel like we should have that mentality or relationship with God. Because of course, there may be times we can see him, but the majority of the time we really can't. And that shouldn't stop us or hinder us from believing that he'll do what he says he's going to do. What do you think?
That was pretty amazing. I love that.
you.
You're welcome. And I'm in total agreement with you. And so, if you remember, a few months back, we shared in a video that last summer, there were 19 caterpillars that created chrysalis. Whether it was against the pillars of our lanai, or the frame of our screen door, or the double doors itself. And so because of this, we actually got to observe 15 butterflies emerge from the chrysalis of the 19 that were created, and we thought that was so beautiful. Well, the caterpillars decided to outdo themselves this year, and over the past 3 weeks, we have had over 70, and they're still forming. As we're talking and creating this video, we have caterpillars right now crawling across the lanai and affixing themselves to parts of the back of the house. So we've had over 70 chrysalis, and over the past 7 days, I have a daily log of how many butterflies I am blessed to observe emerge from the chrysalis. So in total, in 7 days, there have been 54 butterflies. And that to me has been so profound, and it speaks in volumes to the transformation that will take place, to the changes that only God could bring to pass. Because the caterpillars have their role, but in essence, the caterpillars have to lose themselves in order for the butterflies to then be able to emerge and be what God has created them to be. And so the thought of that means, we'll see the caterpillar, we will see the chrysalis, then we'll see the butterfly, but we never see what's going on inside the chrysalis. So it just spoke to me how we don't need to see what's going on. We don't need to know how God is working behind the scenes on our behalf when we realize that it is him who is doing the work. And so our job, like you said, is to rely on him and trust him, because we know that it is his mighty hand. We know that it is his purpose for our life. We know that it is him who has the final say. And because of that, we don't need to see how it's happening behind the scenes when we know who's handling it behind the scenes.
Absolutely, I love that. Great job.
Thanks, babe.
Of course. Just remember, we may not be able to see God working behind the scenes, but that doesn't mean that he's not. Have a blessed day, and we'll see you next Monday.
Bye.